That like I still whenever I make it, my Camry's going on donks. I'm getting my Camry is going to be
still going to have the purple tape on the window.
No, I'm gonna.
Okay, I just wanted to make
It's not
sure.
purple anymore. It's fucking black.
In nature, and neither Chain, nor Johnny, nor I, nor Random Realness is engaged in the provision of legal, tax, or any other advice. You should seek your own advice from professional advisors, including lawyers and accountants, regarding the legal, tax, and financial implications of any financial decision you contemplate. Additionally, the information shared on this podcast is not intended to be a substitution for diagnosis, treatment, or informed professional advice. You should not take any action or avoid taking any action without consulting with a qualified mental health professional.
Welcome to the show, Random Realness, episode motherfucking 50. 50, get down, nigga, 50. 50, get down.
Hell yeah.
50, nigga.
50.
We out here, kid.
50.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
You know me. I'm just being the host, Chain.
With the most.
Chain. What up, boy?
Yeah.
My motherfucking co-host, J. White. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Actually, you know what? Work kicked my ass today, dog.
Hit you with the ones and twos?
Yeah, it hit me with the ones and twos. Actually, last night I worked from 5 o'clock until like midnight. And then I woke up this morning and I was in work by
5 o'clock to midnight.
Till 6:30. I slept until 5 in the morning, woke up, went to work at 6:30, then got off at 5:30. Nigga, I've been on a grind, 17, almost 20 hours.
Get to it. Yesterday I worked from 11 to 11:30. Walked about 29,000 steps.
Damn, that's a busy ass
I had
day.
today off though, you know what I'm saying? Thank God.
You gotta bounce back. The one thing I wanted to say was I was like we do this shit after we do our 40, 45, 50 hours worth of work in a week.
Right.
We pick this up on the side, so it's like we
appreciate the shit.
Yeah, like
thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. We'll go to the links to get these shows out for you guys. Like, we love this. So yeah, I just wanted to maybe be a little real. Like, damn, I got my ass whooped.
He said, I'm sick of this shit. He said, I just want to feel a little bit more appreciated on this specific episode. So if numbers on 50 could get a little bit more ran up,
50,
we'd appreciate it.
That's wild.
Crazy.
Yeah.
2 weeks, the nigga been doing it for a year.
Yeah.
Think how many niggas started doing it and gave up. Didn't even make it.
A bunch.
Didn't even make it half the distance.
Yeah.
Shit's wild. Shout out to us, cousin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Random Realness on all platforms. Make sure you tune in.
Go shorty. Go shorty.
Go shorty.
It's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday. You thought you was a gangster, but we never partnered.
I don't know.
I was trying to fucking channel the inner 50 Cent when he said what
just
was
got
on
musical
50.
Tourette's real quick.
Yeah, I had to go. I had to do it.
So I saw an article. Oh, bad bitch. Go, you trying to seduce somebody?
No, I was going to play flowers.
Oh, okay.
Because at the intro, but then we ended up just talking it.
You're a real one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
You know, you're a real one.
Real ones.
I don't give a fuck what they said about you.
Real ones.
You want? What about him?
Bob Knight passed away, dog. And I know there's probably people out there that are like, Bob Knight started like the reform of like pulling coaches back because he was like super intense. Mm-hmm. But
I love that intensity.
Yeah.
I'm a fan for it. You show me that you're passionate about it, you know? Like, his interviews, I feel like he was like kind of like Greg Popovich before Popovich.
Do you think there was a time where like it flipped the switch and maybe he was way more verbal for actually the substance that he was putting in? Like maybe he rested on his laurels a little bit, like hadn't won for a while, but was still like, you know, cussing at kids like he was still coaching like he was in the 80s, you know, but like he had maybe fallen off a little bit. Potentially. I'm just asking.
Probably. I mean, I'm sure, honestly, we had a discussion about coaching the other day. I just feel, or even maybe earlier, I just feel like the old ways of coaching are falling off, you know, and it's not just starting, but it's just kind of like being realized, you know, and like younger generation of coaches are kind of the new wave and taking over and being more of a player's coach, you know. So,
does players coach mean that they're being easier, or just that they understand what players are going through?
More relatable, yeah. It's like a 60-year-old coach doesn't give a fuck about what a 20-year-old struggles are going through. Like, what? I don't give a fuck what your excuse is.
Yeah.
You know what I've had to do in my life, and I'm 40 years older than you. You know what I've had to do? But a 32-year-old coach compared to a 19-year-old player, it's like, all right, I'm not as far removed from that. You know, 10 years ago I was you, not 35 years ago.
But I agree with that, and I would add that I still don't think that the player that all coaches like desire or want on their team, like the dogs and like the people that they speak highly of and will pay top dollar for, the player that is a constant worker, constant leader, that does all the things that the old coaches were trying to get everybody to do. Mm-hmm. I think the coaches still look for those types of players. Yeah. And if you fall in the box of like the player that has to be like coached in this like new realm, yeah, they'll tolerate you because you're talented or whatever, but they're not going to speak highly of you like
and that's the thing, is the new coaches, they're not gonna bash you, you know, they're gonna just not fuck with you
100%. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They don't, like, they'll tell you once or twice, but they're not gonna be like, God damn it, J Dot, I fucking told you, bitch ass, you know.
They're gonna walk away.
They're gonna be like, all right, noted, I told you twice, my dog.
Yeah,
you know, and then it is what it is.
So, Bob Knight, let's go. Let's just pay our tribute. Indiana.
Throwing chairs. For y'all that don't know, that boy famous for throwing chairs, coaching bench chairs on the court, mad at calls.
That's what he was famous for.
I mean, he's famous for being a good coach, but
902 NCAA wins. He won Coach of the Year a dozen times, 11 Big Ten championships, 3 national championships, an Olympic gold medal, and he also had the last undefeated team, which was the 1975 to 76 team. It went 32-0 and won a national championship.
He was nice.
That's the thing that's like he wasn't
just an average coach.
No, but
his methods weren't like regular either, you know, so
nothing about it was regular. He got results. Right. 902 wins at one time was most all time, but I think like Coach K, there's multiple people that have caught him since then. Yeah. But I think his last championship was, damn it, I want to say it was like 87 or something. So when he started getting in trouble, like I would say it was probably like 95 or whatever. Like that was because it had been 8 years past a championship, and he was probably still trying to ride on that thing.
Like,
and they're
why aren't they winning?
100%.
And so first thing is like, well, got to be the coach.
Yeah,
that boy be talking to niggas crazy.
Yeah, coach. The environment got toxic. Like, yeah. But
speaking of toxic, you see that article about the cup of noodles?
Oh my gosh.
Apparently, nigga, we've been living wrong all our lives.
But you didn't know that, or you did know that?
I didn't know. I thought we've been living right our whole life.
So the thing that we're talking about,
but you're the type of nigga to read the whole package. I don't give a fuck, nigga.
I
was showed one time. This is how you make it, and that's how niggas been making it.
Yeah,
I know that you could do it like, oh, you pour hot water in it.
Oh, 100. Yeah, but I'm saying like I didn't know that it was unmicrowavable, and I would say probably to like 10 years ago. So
I don't
went.
even think we said what we're talking about.
That's what I was. Let's go. And so, cup of noodles will be microwavable for the first time in 50 years, thanks to the new cup design. And it's
Nigga.
The cup of noodles, you know, the one with the styrofoam around it, the ready to go. Just pour some water in it, slap it in the microwave.
Yeah. Oh god. 1 minute later, you got you a little snack.
Yeah.
Nigga, how like. Are we gonna die soon?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Why was it not microwavable in the first place? And
because it's the cheapest styrofoam possible. Like they're trying to keep those things at. But I would think just paper would be just as cheap. But
great.
It's because whatever that styrofoam is super cheap and
might have metal in it.
Metal, the gases when you microwave it might leak into the noodle or whatever. Yeah.
Nigga, I feel like phones and Instagram and TikTok are just fucking my childhood up. Like, nigga, like, small instance, soda cans, that little thing on the top, the tab you crack it.
Yeah.
You know what that's for? Hold a straw.
Okay, is that really, or is it just like what these like little hacker things have done?
Ritz crackers.
Okay.
The wheels, the little Ritz wheel circular crackers.
Yeah.
You know they have the ridges on them.
Why?
You know what that's for?
No.
Cut cheese. Swear to God, nigga, take one and cut a slice of cheese. Oh, got a perfect little square to go on my cracker.
One that I saw that I don't believe is true, but maybe it could.
You don't think nothing's
true. No, I'm saying they
you
go.
Think little baby wasn't sucking dick. Anyway, just like
they show the oven, right, and then they're like that bottom thing at the bottom, that base thing that you pull out.
Oh, is a broiler?
That's what they said it was. It's not.
Are you sure? Have you tried it?
I feel like the one at the bottom, it actually there's like little holes in it. So I'm like, how could it have like liquid in it?
Okay, you know what a broiler is, my nigga? Clearly not.
Yeah, a broiler is something you could put in there and it like burns super hot.
Yeah, so what do you need liquid in it for?
Because if you were broiling like a turkey, the thing that I saw is there was a turkey in it, and they pulled it out and they took this little dip and dipped the water
what kind
on
of
it.
Turkey it was in there,
basting it. That's what I saw, and I was sitting there like, I was like, oh shit, is that real? And I'm like,
I've never seen a drawer big enough to baste a turkey or to fucking. Never seen a broiler big enough to fit a turkey.
Mine's deep. The one at my house right now has the one at my house right now has like 6 pans like that it fits in that we cram.
Are you gonna try it this Halloween or? It's been a good episode.
Happy Monday.
Oh my God, you can tell work's fucking us up. I'm saying, have you gonna try it on Thanksgiving, Mother's Day, Father's Day? Shit, I meant Thanksgiving.
Hey, speaking of the little baby going ham or gawking the guacamole.
Yeah.
There was an article in the Wall Street Journal that was in Connecticut. These like high school boys or junior high boys created AI fakes of like the girls that are like in their grade, but like put like their faces on like porn essentially and made it AI the same way I was talking about. And they were like sending them to each other, like the boys were, and somebody found them and was like, this, you know, cause it like leaked like, oh, your daughter's doing this, this and this. But then they found out they were just deep fakes that they were easily able to create in like 5 minutes and send around.
So that's what
what?
The little baby thing?
The little baby thing, yeah. I was like, okay, it's super. I already knew how easy it was, but this
you did it. You're
oh my gosh, this junior high or this high school, like it was so big and it happened so fast, and like the lawsuits started coming so quick that it made it to the fucking Wall Street Journal. Like the parents were like, not today, buddy. You're not, because so check this out. They create those things, right? And then they put them out there. And then they're on, now you're going to look up like a college application, or, you know, the student submits something for an application and somebody does a quick Google search and it looks like she's he or she is doing these types of things, and then it's like, how much damage control do you have to do to prove that it's not real?
Right.
Right?
Right. Is it a lot?
Huh?
Is it a lot of damage control?
I don't know. It just depends on if somebody wanted to believe it. What if they just did a quick Google search? We're like, oh hell no, this person is crazy.
You
don't
find
even
the
say
real
anything
video.
to you. They don't even say anything. They're just like, yeah, we're denying that because we saw this, blah blah blah. They don't even go and vet it. Yeah. That would be like worst case scenario. What? How?
AI is crazy, dog. Like, I think we've already talked about it, but like niggas getting scammed, like grandmas getting scammed over the phone, like voice AIs recreated to sound like their grandkids or like their daughters or sons. It's like, nigga.
I feel I got like a AI scam called today. Not that it was like trying to perpetrate somebody else, but it was like the voice of the person that was leaving the message sounded so professional and stuff, but it was like, hey, we just want to let you know you're pre-approved for $40,000. Great opportunity for you to invest. Blah, blah, blah. They're like going in this.
So we just need your social security and your firstborn's name.
Yeah. Essentially, they're like, this is limited, so call back fast. But that like professional voicemail, like the scan, you know how they were before? It sounded like the lady was smoking a cigarette. This one like sounded like perfect. You call in, then they would probably.
I can't stand scammers when they're like when I used to work in my brother's print shop.
Yeah.
I was like the office manager, right? So I'd have to talk to like a lot of digitizing like companies and shit like that. So like, for instance, the Random Realness logo, it needs to get digitized so it can be embroidered, right?
Yeah.
Well, once companies find out, like with anything, once they find out, oh, you're a business that needs this, they just start calling you and calling you and calling you, right? Nigga, I'd get calls from USA Digitizing. Thank you for answering. This is Jonathan from USA Digitizing, and I'm just thinking, nigga, your name is not Jonathan at all.
Not a chance.
Akbar, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good, man. I appreciate you. You know, we actually do our digitizing in house. Like, just lie to them so they'll leave you alone, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if I can do digitizing for $1 per logo, would you? Nigga, I just said I do it in house. I'm like, okay, who am I speaking with? I'm like, oh, this is Chamber. Oh, thank you, James. I appreciate you. He called me James 3 times in a row. 3 times in a row. So you're going to give me your fake name and then fuck mine up?
No, yeah.
I hate you niggas. Your name is not Timothy. Your name is Jafar, nigga.
But they be working. They have
to. Imagine you're at a call center and it's just sales, but it's not really sales. It's like crime sales.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, can I get this nigga to believe that? But that wasn't that. It's like they're really for that company, but it's just like cold calling and shit like that. I can't stand those niggas.
Do you could you be a scammer?
No, okay. Scammer? I probably.
You think would you do it in the States, or would you have to be?
I personally wouldn't do it. Like, do I think I have the personality to do it? Probably.
You do?
Yeah.
Gosh, it's so hard for me to be hella dirty.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not personality and morals. I'm not combining them, right?
Yeah.
Morally, we both are nigga, we're just good people. But personality, right? If you were a piece of shit, who you are as a person, how you can blend with everybody, can talk to anybody, it'd be easy, is what I'm saying.
Okay, I got what you're saying. Yeah,
that shit would be I get niggas to trust me in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Oh, thank you for calling. This is Jacob from Allstate. We just had a security breach on your account. Can I get your social security real quick?
Yeah.
Boom. Nigga.
Sound hella good.
Play with me, dog.
Were you good at pranking when you were a kid?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dog. Sorry to go left. One prank. Tell me why one time we egged a house. As soon as we pulled off the block, got a phone call. I know you guys just egged my house. You better come back and clean this shit. I'm calling the cops.
This was a parent or this was a kid?
A kid.
Uh-huh.
But his parents were home.
Yeah.
So, he was talking crazy.
Yeah.
Nigga. How? This was before Ring cameras. This was... Who the fuck knew?
Yeah.
Somebody snitched in the car. That's what it came down to.
Did you guys get in trouble or no?
Yeah, we had to go back and fucking clean it up.
Damn.
11 o'clock at night.
That's wild. Another little random fact that I heard today was that the top 1% of like salary earners, 1 out of 5 is non-US born. And the 1 out of 5 that's non-US born had an average salary, or like I think they wanted to say a minimum salary of 300,000, and then born in the United States was 279,000, and they were saying of the reason is because like people that aren't born foreignly, they get like engineering jobs, they go to school, undergraduates, and they're willing to go to live in San Francisco, live in New York, where they
don't
demand the
give
salary.
a fuck about America. Put me where I can and get this bread.
Get this bread.
I'm gone.
Yeah, and a lot of them stay here, but a lot of them they're in such technical fields that people have to pay hand and fist. Like if you know how to like run a cloud,
hand
like
and fist or hand and foot,
hand over fist or whatever, like they have to pay them.
Oh, get you.
You know, like whatever you need. Because
I got you
engineered and learned how to
months, nigga, please stay here.
Yes, build cloud infrastructure. You've been in the tech environment. Mm-hmm. So if you were upskilled in a tech environment that you know how to create an app, deliver an app, even if you weren't the person doing it, but you helped do all that footwork stuff, like you know that realm.
Right.
Think about how many skill sets that you have that they don't have a major for app building. Well, maybe some schools, like a small minority, have like app building skill. Right. But a lot of that stuff is you came out with an engineering degree and then you went to Google, you went to Facebook, you went there where they are doing those things, and now you're 20 years ahead of the workforce just because you got exposure to these tech environments. But when they be doing the cold calling and stuff, I'm always like, is like, you know, as mad as you could be or whatever, I'm always like, those dudes are working. Those girls are working.
And that's the thing is, like, I thought you were going to be like, would you ever work in a call center? I couldn't. My personality's too big. Nigga, I'd sit at a desk and read the screen. I'd start yawning mid script. Can I interest you for $50 No, nigga, when I worked at Sizzler when I was young, nigga, I would be like, oh, can I get the senior steak? All right, what you want? Baked potato, french fries, rice, you know?
Yeah.
After doing that 20 people in a row, nigga, I would literally start yawning in their face, taking orders. No exaggeration. It's so boring. Like, I can't do shit that's repetitive.
Yeah.
It just doesn't interest me. It doesn't keep my interest.
I tried to do a call center one time, and like I would always like get to like the first day, and then they would be like, okay, just make the call, say it, hang up, make the phone. I was like, I can't do 387 of these.
You want me to
day.
read this 400 times today?
I can't. Like, I can't.
And then it's like they have the answer. Oh, if they say this is what you say.
Yeah.
And if they respond like this, you say this. It's
I couldn't do
nigga,
it.
No. You want me to not be a person? Yeah, I couldn't. Either.
I could. So a skill set that I feel like I like want to have and want to get experience is actually sales. Like selling something that I would want to sell, but just the art of
booty.
You're dumb. You're dumb.
Ass in the circle.
Not saying that I don't have like skills in sales or had built up like a skill set.
We know you.
But
no
like,
flashback.
No,
boy.
I'm just saying, but like actually selling like medical equipment or even just spending a summer roofing or something, like selling roofs or
sales were on fleet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but yeah, I feel you. Like, I think it'd be dope because roofing, the people that do the labor, like a lot of the people that do the, like, say you own a roofing company, you do the labor and you obviously get this, do the sales side of it too. So it's like a good company because you get like two dynamics of it, right?
And that commission piece, like when you're in sales, it's like there is no ceiling, right? Like if you have your systems down, and you're cracking, you can like print
nigga. There was
money.
There was times where when I was selling cars, And I didn't do it a lot because I was like really new in the whole industry. But there would be times where I would be comfortable like with the customer, or like they'd expect, I only want $3,000 for my trade, and we'd be like, oh, we were about to give them 5. I said, put that back down to 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like that's what they wanted, and then all right, make our car, or even take their trade down to 2 instead of 3. Because they only want 3, so
we got it. They know that we're going to try to go down, so 3 is their like.
Right, they want 3. If we offer 2, they'll probably take it.
Yeah,
but that's an extra 25% of 1,000 for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, nigga, but it's like anything, like any extras I can throw on it as a salesperson. I'm trying to. But I wasn't like that. That's why I don't do cars anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm a good person, good people. You know what I'm saying?
Who was trying to sell who, though, in this scenario? You had... me and the family are taking off, and we're safe because we called Colin. Our auto's insured, house insured. We're going across state lines. Colin's got us. Colin's actually got us in the state that we're going to. We're in Idaho, heading to Utah. Colin got us. Made it to Utah, and I just wanted to say, call Colin. If you have a boat, call Colin. If you have a motorcycle, call Colin. If you need life insurance, call Colin. Call Colin at 208-639-0412. Colin insures in Idaho, Utah, Oregon, and Montana. Again, call Colin for all your insurance needs.
Hold on, are you talking about good old Joe?
Talking about Joe?
Joseph?
Yeah.
Joseph Smith?
Yeah.
All right, so last episode we talked about Joe Smith, ex-NBA player, and his wife. Long story short, his wife had an OnlyFans account that he didn't know about. Apparently, she's an ex-porn star. She was trying to be like, oh, well you know what it is about me. And this is her on the Cameron show.
Which is what's that?
The podcast, which is
gosh, what it's called? Fucking, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
With Cameron and Mason, this is
been doing besides OnlyFans, and what have y'all been going through financially that you felt you had to do this?
I've had a bartending service called Cocktail Hour with Kiss since I've been here. I have a moving company called Major Movers and Cleaning, and then I also have a massage business called the Body Rub Babes.
Nice. Do the Body Rub Babes travel?
Yes, they do.
Are you one of the Body Rub Babes?
Well, I have been, but now I kind of like
Could you
nervous to do anything.
But if I wanted you to be one of my Body Rub Babes, like, would you be a Body Rub Babe for me?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Because I don't mean to be a professional or anything like that, but I can't stop looking at your cleavage. Your cleavage is popping, babe. No, you can leave it how it was, man. You can leave it exactly how it was, man. Right now I'm thinking about cleavage and the Body Rub Babes, but don't cover her. It's cool.
It's like,
Yeah, babe. I'm sorry to get off track, man, but sorry about that kiss. We'll talk afterwards, but about the Body Rub Babes and everything else.
And then you just called her by her porn name.
He just threw me off for a minute.
Is that her porn name? Kiss
something, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I see why Joe is a little upset. You are very, very pretty, and from at least the stomach up, you're sexy and gorgeous. To say the least.
He said that because he could only see from the stomach up.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that video surfaced, because that's one thing we didn't talk about last week. Because you're like, I could do it. Until somebody of way higher status than you starts hollering at your bitch, nigga. Then what?
Okay.
So then what? Like, so say Cameron's old. She's older, right?
Yeah.
Say you and your girl are down, blah, blah, blah. Somebody peeps her OnlyFans. They're like, nigga, did you see such and such? Oh, my God. Like, man.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I don't give a fuck. You subscribe. You said, yeah, nigga, I'm a millionaire. $39 a month is nothing to me, nigga. What do you mean? And I'm hollering at your bitch now.
So so where we were at in our conversation was the OnlyFans. It wasn't like It wasn't body rub babes or like
OnlyFans.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. She has OnlyFans, right?
Yeah.
So you said you'd be fine. I brought up the fact that if people saw you out and about and started hollering at you, right?
Yeah.
Say you said your wife or your significant other would get 200,000 fans overnight and blah blah blah, all this stuff. How many of those people you think are going to be famous? Because it's not like famous niggas are don't beat their dick too, nigga. And so from that, when one hollers at your wife because they've seen the content and they're interested and they can make shit pop.
And I think she played it well. Like she played
said,
it.
Hell yeah, I can definitely.
She said, or somebody like
because she's
played
on camera,
it.
Nigga. You think or somebody else is going to do it? You think or somebody else is going?
Potentially. See, and then here's the other thing.
That's why I hate you, nigga.
No.
I can't stand
but I think what you're putting in there is like you don't have belief in your girl to hold you down.
No, I do, but that's what I'm saying is at what point is somebody who's going to be more attractive than you, like how many shots are you going to take and be like, oh, okay, or at what point is she not going to be like, she's already in that field of selling herself or selling pictures of herself. So if somebody's like, I'll fly you out and give you 100 bands. If
she has a line, she has a line. If they want to pay $100,000 for a massage, they can do that.
I wasn't talking about a massage, but you know
I know, but that's what she's agreeing to. You could put in all the things that you think so, but I bet you she go in there and play dumb.
Oh,
and if Cam goes over the line, she's like, "Thank you. Now it's $500,000 because I'm about to put your ass in a lawsuit." 100%.
Please stop.
100%.
Okay, she's with a broke ass ex-NBA player. This nigga
she's with the person that she loves, dog. You're putting all these extras on it.
Okay.
She said she's doing this because she loves her husband and they want to have nicer things.
He said, bitch, I don't need nothing. I'll wear flip-flops the rest of my life. Fuck you doing?
She didn't say, I'm trying to get this money.
She said, I'm going back to my porno days because I love you. No, you left him because you love me, bitch. What are you talking about?
No, hold on. She left who for?
She left doing porn for him
because he had all the money and able to like live their life. That's what she said. She, like you said last week, you said she thought she'd never have to go back and do this because she thought that he would be able to quarterback it and they'd live the way she wanted to live. But now that they're not, so she's back to. She's not. She didn't say she was going back to porn, rubbing.
All right,
massages.
Until you subscribe and know what she actually posts, you can't say it's not actually porn because you don't know.
Even if it is porn.
Because
even if
there's a reason you have to pay for it and you can't just go on it and look it up, and there's a reason you have to be a certain age to do it. You can't just do it because it's an adult subscription.
So if she's there,
just regardless of what you want to say.
If there's men or not men in it, there's different levels of porn. 100%.
I didn't say that, but you're acting like, oh, it's just her walking around in a bikini. No, nigga, she's out there busting that thing open.
She can. If it's just her doing that,
but if it's not,
then it's still the person that she's doing it with.
Maybe now because the nigga caught her. That's one thing I want to know. Yeah. How did it get? Like, how did he find out? Because he didn't know, right? So how did it come about? Like he was scrolling on trying to find another account and
they
came across
cross-pollinated.
He's like, bitch, what is this?
That's
where she left her email open.
That's where a part of it is like, did somebody tip off Joe? He didn't seem like he knew, or it's just a play.
He looked like he was about to kill her. He didn't even look at her for the first 30 seconds. He said, I know you did not do what you think. Oh my God, bitch. Oh my God. I said, you're not even making sense, Joe. Breathe, dog.
If it was fake, right?
Right.
Then it's like Cameron and them are like, it's a big enough story. Let's do a Zoom call. Mm-hmm. I can take this even further.
And she just got free pub for her other businesses.
Yeah, I just rubbed it up. She said,
I got 2 companies called this, that. And I said, nigga, there was 17 companies she just named.
Yeah, and you seen? Have you ever watched that show? Like, have you ever watched a full episode?
Yep.
Have you seen the commercials that they have on it? Mm-hmm. And it's like those dick pills all the time.
Yes.
It's like George Stallion. So it's like nothing for him to be. That's like a Cameron's company or something.
And Jim Jones was like a spokesperson for it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So that's what they're already kind of in that realm.
Yeah.
that's a wild outtake.
Yeah.
That's 100% wild outtake when he was like, oh, your cleavage looking good. I'm sitting there like, if
He's
Joe's
shooting a
not in
shot.
on this, Joe's going to
He's
feel
not.
some type of way.
Imagine he's sitting right there. Like, you're at home.
Yeah.
Your wife's at home doing this Zoom call, right?
Yeah.
And, like, granted, you're comfortable with it.
Yeah.
But you're comfortable with her playing with herself or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I'm about to do a call. Like, they want to interview me about this. And you're like, all right. Like, I guess. Like, nigga, what the fuck? All right. Niggas didn't even know who you were last week.
Yeah.
And then you're sitting there, and she's like, yeah, Anson. He's like, hey, your cleavage looking crazy, baby. Don't fix it. Just leave it right there. I mean, like, if I wanted, you gonna come rub me down? And you're just sitting there like, she said, yeah, I mean, or if not me, somebody just as pretty as me.
Think about this. If your wife was a massage therapist, right? Mm-hmm. 100, like, even if she would have said, well, she was like, what was it? What was the name of the company? It was like Massage Babes or something, right? Mm-hmm. So it's pretty much just giving massages.
I guess my thing is, if she lied about OnlyFans or didn't tell you about OnlyFans, what else is she not telling you about? If she's a massage therapist and an ex-porn star, like, what else is she not? So if a nigga wants to fly her out who's making money now and you're not making money, why would she tell you that she just sucked it off the whole Phoenix Suns basketball team?
So that's like, yeah, you...
So you know what I'm saying? She just lied about OnlyFans. Why would she, like, that's, if she's only doing it herself and there's nothing wrong.
You're playing from the angle that there's already a little bit of mistrust from there, so then you can easily go to there, to there, to there. But if it was just you and your wife in a two-person game and it's like, it's 100% for the paper.
Right. If you knew
that
it from
scenario
the jump,
there,
right.
Still shouldn't get you bothered because you really should be sitting back going, damn, Cameron's about to pay.
That's what I'm saying. I guess it was looking from, like, being Joe Smith, not being
that
like,
little mistrust, the way that they tried
where it goes, right?
Yeah.
I was taking it like I was blindsided from the OnlyFans account.
Yeah,
not like, oh,
taking
no, you agreed to
100%
do this.
the way that they tried to present it, like he didn't know, and it was yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if I'm Mr. Smith, I'm pissed.
Yeah,
I'm like, see what you did?
To keep the act going.
You know what I'm saying?
He needs to be pissed, or at least like, because he was already bothered.
So you think it's an act then?
I think so.
Because you said it a couple times. So
I just think that it's too much. I think it's too much. He can't be the only player that has an ex that is from that field that went back to the life. You know what I mean? Because as soon as the NBA money runs out, they're going.
Like a lot of, I mean, I guess that's the craziest thing is sex is the biggest selling thing in the world. Like regardless of, like, nigga, they have grandmas that do porno. You know what I'm saying? They have like the weirdest shit ever. Yeah. So and they sexualize it. So it's like that's for sure the biggest field. So I was gonna say, well, these niggas are retired and by the time their money runs out after they're 40, 50, their bitches aren't that bad anymore. But niggas there's a lane for
everything.
A bitch who used to be super bad, but now she's a little older.
Yeah.
She might be a grandma. Her first grandma child just came.
Yeah.
Her 19-year-old son. You know what I'm saying? So
everybody's waiting for your relationship to end. There's a couple people on the sideline waiting for.
He said, "Oh, he was treating you like trash, huh, baby?"
Yeah. 63, just rubbing her hair. Like,
4 hairs on her head. Just,
I still love you, baby. He didn't.
Just hair built like a lollipop dropped on the carpet. Nigga, just whiskery as shit. Just, I love you. I always love you.
Yeah, you're good.
Put 2 hands on the wheel. Losing control. Oh my god! But yeah, I saw that and sent it immediately. That Cameron clip was wild.
Yeah.
He shot his shot for sure.
And that's 100% Cameron's persona from how he was as a rapper, how he even just, like that. He's like, essentially, I don't care whose girl you are or who's your man or whatever. He's playing it like, if you're willing to jump, I'm gonna be there.
Right.
Right? And
He
he's
said, "I'm
putting
gonna catch you."
100% on you.
Right.
And he's gonna stand by the thing like, hey, don't get mad at me, but bruh.
Right.
Get mad at your girl, right? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
right.
you never have.
I feel like
never
that's
hate
like that's like a East Coast, or not an East Coast mentality, but East Coast niggas just don't care. Like, they're just blunt. Like, niggas will mad dog you, walk. Like, I was watching an interview earlier, one of the best battle rappers ever from Harlem. Standing in the street doing an interview, a nigga walks between him and he's like, I tried to mean mug him, but he mean mug me too hard. He's like really about it. And it's like, nigga, like,
the East
that's
Coast.
how they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't give a fuck. They're ruthless. They're blunt.
Yeah.
They're just like that.
In their minds, they made it out of a place that had like 28 million people in a 20-mile radius.
Right.
So they're like, how am I not him?
Right.
Or whatever,
It could have been fucking Joe Schmo over here.
But it's,
Could have been Joe Smith, but look at his bitch ass. Oh my God. That was a crazy double back. My fault.
He's out here letting
Oh Lord.
yeah.
Man, good old fucking Joe. Quick question.
Yeah.
You seen my Raiders? 30-6, boy. I just, wanted to touch base on it real quick. New coaching staff, new quarterback. We 30-6, my G.
I'm not even trying to hear it. I'm wearing my cowboy hat in support of the fallen
Eagles?
soldiers last night,
Oh.
man.
It's so hard to say goodbye.
Everybody was bigging up Dak today, or like kind of saying like, "Oh my God," when he stepped out of bounds on the 2-point conversion.
Mm-hmm. Had you sick?
Had me sick because when I'm watching the play, he wasn't like pitbull sprinting the whole time. Like he
Pitbull sprint.
where it's like giving everything. It's like like
I
that. It was like
pitbull sprint. Here, you seen it take off.
yeah, like where it has all the 100% intensity all the way to the goal line. It was like
he was thinking of throwing it, and then ran.
And then the way he kind of coasted in, it's like, oh, I'm assuming you coasting in because you go, oh, foot down, easy. This guy doesn't matter if he hits me, I'm in. Like I got it so like I'm so good.
I'm coasting.
I'm in, right? And then it's like, slow down, nigga, you missed it? Are you 42? Are you me? Like are you like somebody passed up their prime? Like dog, like
he had a prime.
yeah, like bro, don't even try to go there,
I just
dog.
was asking.
Don't even try to go there.
Dog, you're so sensitive.
He should have been paid. He should have been. Daniel Jones
What about him?
got paid with no questions. He didn't have to wait a year and play under the pressure and stuff. And he's trash.
If you put Daniel Jones on the Cowboys, if you just flip flop him, he's probably better than Dak.
Oh my God, you got to be kidding me, dude! You are so disrespectful. Okay, Cam. Okay, Cam. Okay, Cam. The Purple Haze album. I feel you.
What are you talking
Disrespectful.
about? How?
What do you?
Okay. When has the Giants' defense been better than the Cowboys' defense in the last 5 years? 3 years, 4 years?
Maybe I feel like the Cowboys' defense has only been bubbling for 3 at the max.
Please stop.
3 at the max.
Please stop. So when you guys had Jalen at linebacker and Van Der Esch at linebacker,
that was just like a kind of like a little scrappy defense. It wasn't like what you're seeing now.
What are we seeing now? You niggas still suck. What are you talking about?
You know the Raiders don't talk to us like that. You know they
Last
don't.
time we played, we beat you. Nigga. What are we talking about? On Thanksgiving
or something.
On Thanksgiving last year, nigga. On Thanksgiving.
Don't talk.
Thanksgiving.
We know
we
what
can
it
pull up
is.
the score. Okay, that's what I thought, ho. Anyways, y'all suck. Daniel Jones, give him the offensive line that the Cowboys had for the last 4 years or 3 years, however long he's been in the league.
Wow.
Is the Giants' offensive line better? The only better piece that he's had is the running back. That's the only piece. And when the line is ass, the running back is irrelevant. I could play running back and get the same yards as fucking Saquon with that line. Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh, you so freaking wish. And our line hasn't been intact for a few
Oh my
years now.
God.
For a few years now.
Niggas, bro, when the season started, it was your year, and now shit
It
hasn't
still
been
is our
intact.
year.
Shit hasn't been intact for a
It
few
still
years
is
now.
our year, but we're seeing some shit right now.
Oh, we know that stars from getting your ass beat.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you fucking, somebody told you that joke before. Cowboys see stars. Oh, God, get you. You're fucking,
That's off the top, girl.
you're hella dumb. You're so fucking wild.
It's okay, bruh.
What'd you think of the play-in tournament games? Last Friday was like their first like in-season tournament play.
It's kind of different.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. It's not every team's playing.
Every team is in it, but there's like random games that they have throughout the season.
Okay. And it's dope. I was kind of reading up on it because my brother and I were talking about it earlier, and he's like, I don't get it. And I'm like, honestly, I think it's just to keep it competitive because niggas don't give a fuck before
Yeah.
the All-Star break, right? And that's basically what it is. Also, NBA wants, they have like historically bad sales before Christmas.
Yeah.
So they like, if you don't know, in-game or in mid-season tournament in the NBA, if you win it, you get $500,000.
Yep.
Every player gets $500,000 on the winning team.
And I think the games that we were seeing on this Friday are like grouping seeding type games where you say you win your 3 seeding games before
you
it
move
goes
on to
in.
the next round.
Then when you do the in-season tournament, when they start that, you're like at a higher seed playing a lower seed. I feel like that's what it
That's
is.
right.
I don't feel like this is the actual in-season tournament. I feel like this is like the pre-seeding of it, but
Yeah,
kind of in soccer, you know, how in soccer sometimes they play like random games and those count towards like their pooling for these other
for the big
tournaments that happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like it. I think I would 100% agree. I feel like shit's just like lackadaisical in the NBA in general. Like niggas are scoring 150 points a game. Defense isn't there. All-Star games are 200 to 200. Fucking nobody wants to be competitive. Like
The games that they tag.
you can go to you go into the All-Star break 20 and fucking 30 and be like, I'm still making the playoffs.
Yeah,
Don't
finish
worry about
fourth.
it. Yeah,
You
it's
still
like,
finish
nigga,
fourth
how?
because, yeah.
If you just played all season, you wouldn't even have to worry. You could take the last 10 games off if you wanted and not even stress.
Yeah.
But instead, niggas are like, no, I'm going to just make sure I'm good. Last 30 games of the season, go crazy.
It got so bad. It was so.
Yeah, it's
It was
lazy.
terrible. But the games that did have the actual tournament thing, you could tell that they were actually playing.
Well,
like
and
it
think
had,
about you're a rookie or you're somebody that's on a minimum deal.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, minimum deal, you're still making millions of dollars, but nigga, $500,000.
Yeah.
You can live off that for a couple years, you know, depending
Yeah.
on your lifestyle. So I know there's a lot of athletes and a lot of niggas who are smart that don't give a fuck about jewelry and cars and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
that's all it takes is one nigga who's like, oh, well, fuck, watch me bust my ass all these turn playing games because this 500,000, I need it.
Yeah.
I want it.
Yeah.
So I like it. You like it or no?
No, I 100% like what I see so far.
And-
I still didn't like after last week. I didn't quite understand what was happening.
And
And
I'm the same. I didn't understand really exactly like why the fuck, what is it, why, but it also kind of I feel like correlates with the rest rule. You know, like they're doing little miniature things that they can to make the league more competitive.
Yeah.
Like throughout the whole season.
Like
It's
if you get say you go watch Denver and it's the tournament night, you know 100% everybody's
going.
playing.
Right.
All the
Unless they're legitimately injured.
hurt. Yeah.
Right. But even think about that, like Jokic, that nigga, $500,000, like from where he comes from. You know what I'm saying? That nigga, I bought 7 horses with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like nigga, he'll do something, give it back to his community. Like nigga, people, any little bonus that they can get. You mean I have to play these games anyways, and if I win them, I get an extra $500,000.
Yeah. It's like the money ball in the 3-point tournament. You know, they'd be like, poo, 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 get to that money ball. You know, they're
Right,
trying to
take your
hit that
time,
motherfucking
right.
2 points, get that
So
5,000
he
or
shot
whatever.
the whole rack in 2.3 seconds, and that money ball took 5.
Yeah.
His boy tied his shoes, made sure both feet were set.
Made 8 shots, got $8,000, hit all money balls
Oh,
on all the spots.
He said he knew all the money balls were worth $1,000. He didn't hit not another ball all night, just the money balls.
yeah.
So, goddamn, this thing here. But yeah, I like it. I think it's competitive. It's just steps to be competitive. I want to say like the NFL needs to do something like that, but I feel like they do everything opposite. They favor the offensive side of the ball, you know, and it's hard to be competitive when, like, I don't know if you saw that Shador Sanders hit, or excuse me, the Shiloh Sanders, the safety, Deion's son, against UCLA.
Yeah.
Nigga, that's a perfect hit.
I was thinking the same thing.
And it's like, what if he hits him low and then breaks the nigga's kneecap? You guys are saying he's a dirty player, just the way you did Minka Fitzpatrick when he hit Nick Chubb this year.
Yeah.
So what do you mean?
You
can't win or lose as a defensive player.
He came through the chest with his other shoulder blade. He didn't even have his helmet on. Like, there's no.
Like, if you take his helmet off, they're not hitting his face mask. If they both didn't have helmets on, there was no head-to-head collision at all.
Yeah.
Like, I hit you like this. His face mask hit the side of my shit. What am I supposed to do? You want, like, you know?
Yeah.
You just can't win on defense, I feel. And it's like.
And they're like, oh, my God, he caught 33 touchdowns this year. It's like, nigga, like, you have to let them catch it across the middle, come down.
Right.
Then you can hit them.
Right.
There's no fear over the middle. There's no fear anywhere, period. Because if you take a hit, 15 yards.
The biggest fear is that you might be out of game if you take an illegal hit.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like your team probably got 15 yards for it, but you're gone for a week or two.
Yeah.
And it's like niggas used to get fucking murdered when we were kids, dog.
100%. And not every one of those plays results in somebody being hurt.
Do you remember?
They just get blown up.
Do you remember the Madden intro videos when they'd come out of like all the highlights from the year before?
Yeah.
Or dog.
All it was clock cleaners.
Just dog. Like, if you don't remember those videos, you're too young to remember. Go on YouTube and look up Madden intros, and that's what football used to be.
And okay, so as somebody that played back in the day.
Back in 32.
Back in the day, and it's like everything that you were conditioned to be like, oh, that was just a snot bubbler, that was just a bell ringer, that was just
throw some dirt on it,
get back up. Now they're saying every single one of those that you experienced was a concussion in today's game.
100%, an illegal hit.
And it was common practice. If you got your bell rung like that, you maybe got a playoff, right? Because usually they would just try to coach you to stand back up, and they'd go, "Are you good?"
No,
and you'd be like,
you would come out for one play and go back in max, unless you were done.
Yeah, unless you were seriously done. But like the game like conditioned you to be like, "Oh, that's just a crackback. That's just a blind." You know what I mean? That happens. Keep your head on a swivel, like,
bruh. I don't know if I said this on here. I told somebody recently though. When in an Optimus football team, I was probably like 12, my last year of Optimus. At the end of the practice, we did this game where it's, there's 4 of you or whatever, 3 of you. Every person you tackle joins the defensive side. Now they're tackling whoever survives the end, blah, blah, blah. Well, my buddy and I he was a tackler and I was whatever, vice versa. Nigga, we hit each other so hard. Bloody noses, both of us. We both hit the ground, got up just leaking.
Yeah.
You good? Yeah, dog. Kept going.
Yeah.
Never in life would that shit happen today. And then I'm 12 years old. This is before junior high football.
Yeah.
Like, let a kid get a bloody nose from a hit tomorrow in 6th grade.
They're out 14 days.
At least. I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah.
I want to play soccer. Shit's disgusting. So, love to see it in the NBA, but I miss the NFL being how it was.
The NFL is more exciting when it comes to scoring, but defense is not the same. It's not
I feel
as
like it's
fun.
not even more exciting coming to scoring. Like, there's a couple teams that are exciting to watch, but half the time, how many drives are, 20 yards was because of penalties, or you know what I'm saying? That favored, like, the quarterback, I'm a defensive end coming off the edge. I beat the lineman. He holds me. They don't call that. I fall a little bit, stumble into the knee of the quarterback, and it's a 15-yard penalty now.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, what? Oh, you didn't call the hold that made me fall?
No,
you know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
it makes defense terrible.
100%. Like, bring kickoffs back.
Something, yeah.
Like, that part of the game was so exciting, and I get like, people were getting hit. That's what they signed up for. I'm sorry. It's like, you don't become an MMA fighter and then talk about, I got cauliflower ear. Nigga, you wanted to do this.
Yeah.
You wanted to train wrestling and get jujitsu up and fucking beat. Like, what are you talking about? That's what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
That's what they signed millions of dollar contracts to go do. Like, I get CTE and all that shit, but it's like,
offense can play full speed. Defense has to play full speed with the e-brake.
Right.
With the like
100%.
the DBs literally and the safeties, they have to be so athletic now because they can't touch
the best
anybody
athletes on the field.
Yeah, linebackers, D linemen, like you can't just play lights out to the quarterback. You have to be like, I can't fall on him anymore. Now I have to like.
I'm glad you said that because that's the disadvantage is defense used to be, I can be the most aggressive.
Yes.
Like I can use my hands as much as I want with you. And now they have to know when they could turn the aggression on and off.
Yes.
And it's like, how is that fair?
That's so much more of a handicap.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to kill this nigga. Oh, well, hold on. Let me slow up. You know what I'm saying? And
I have to think
before I don't get to react. Right.
Let him gather his feet. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I can try to blow him up for him to lose the football. But if I make it bang, bang.
Well, in sports and like Twitch sports and shit, like high Twitch muscle sports and shit like that, that's reaction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you think, but you're not thinking in the midst of reacting.
Yeah.
You're just reacting. And now it's like, guess what? You have to fucking, hopefully that's right. Is that right? I don't know. Hopefully, are you about to do this? Are we doing it? Oh, here we go. You know, it's like, nigga. They don't get to play the game. They have to think through the game now.
The sacks where the defensive end leaves their body and hits the quarterback.
Leaves the ground and lands on him.
They want, when he's in the air, to be like this.
Yeah. Let go of him and brace yourself.
To the other side, yeah. Yeah. And let's not get on, we're going to get on it. Where
God.
You now see the injuries changing. Mm-hmm. Where the injuries used to be, which would essentially just be concussions, is now like knee blown out because they're tackling low.
Right.
The collarbones are getting broke constantly because like you're like coming through the chest like
nigga. DeMar Hamlin. Obviously he wasn't like getting tackled or anything, but he took a big blow to the chest. You know what I'm saying? Like the craziest shit happens.
Yeah.
It's football. You can't, regardless of what injuries you're trying to prevent, there's still going to be injuries.
Yeah, there's unintended consequences everywhere.
For the last 2 years, they've blamed like fucking 15 injuries on turf, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like on literal turf. So it's like, what? It's football. Injuries are going to happen. Every sport, injuries are going to happen. People are like, basketball players are pussies. Okay. Them being pussies, they still blow out knees and ACLs and Achilles just the same. So it's like, regardless on non-contact pussy sports, nigga, injuries happen. It's just what happens. You pushing your body to the max.
Brandon Marshall was saying that he's like not 100% sold on CTE because he said when they did a scan of a 60-year-old white woman,
she had it.
They had it too.
Really?
But the thing, I think what the NFL could be saying is it speeds it up to where you have it at 35 as opposed to everybody has it when their brain is dead. Yeah. Right. So that part.
Brandon Marshall, though.
Yeah.
Want to speak on that before we get out of here?
Well, let's touch on it.
I know the situation, but I have not heard or seen the new or watched the new situation.
So he was on the Cam Newton Funky Friday.
Which, shout out to Cam Newton.
Yeah.
It's kind of tight.
Super tight. He's a whole different vibe. And on that show, he was telling Brandon Marshall how, like, hey, I think you guys like need to get it back together. Like, he was like, I can't believe you guys like fucked that up, essentially.
Right. I was shook too.
100%. When that shit parted ways, I'm like, why? So Brandon Marshall on there, long story short, he was essentially saying, hey, I gave them opportunities to buy in when it was valued at $250,000. And then I'd come back like a year later, and then it grew from $250,000 to $1 million to $10 million valuation. Because in his head, he wants to sell that platform at some point for like $1 billion or something. He wants to build that type of platform. And so that's where his vision was. But he went over and just asked Fred if he wanted to do the podcast, asked Channing if he wanted to do the podcast. Right. Was saying, hey, would you do it with me like buddies? But then in his head, he has the vision of where he wants to build it, and he's having conversations over here, trying to, sell it or like, learn how to grow it. But he's not including them in it because they're just doing it just for kind of just as homeboys, just like, oh, cool. Season 2, they signed contracts. He like paid them like just
as
like
employees,
fees.
right?
Yep. And he's over here marketing as as 100% owner and trying to get deals and stuff. And he said that like, Fred was like, hey, trying to buy in or whatever, but he
then it
said
got too expensive.
He said, well, Fred never like gave the money. He would constantly have the conversation, but then wouldn't actually put cash out. Right. And then he said once it took off, when everybody was like, oh shit, we want our 25%, which was originally how it was.
He said, but I've been funding it.
And the way he said it made it seem like there was like, he was spending a lot.
You said they rebutted, right?
They rebutted and was like, yeah, I mean, how much expenses was he paying for when it was shot in the pandemic and we weren't flying anywhere and we were just
2 years of nothing.
2 years of nothing. Also, when he was on there, he was saying, Brandon Marshall was like, yeah, I was telling Channing he needs to do this, needs to get his teeth fixed, and kind of like saying that he kind of like spoke life into Channing of like how funny he was or like, what he could be. And Channing's like, I'm upset that the nigga felt like he made me or something. Like, he's like, I've been me since whenever. Like, I've recreated myself a million times.
He
like,
spoke life into shit. He says, Nick, I'm upset. I can hear him. He's my favorite, dog.
Hell
Channing
yeah.
is so funny, bro.
Hella funny.
Little freak, ain't he?
Yeah.
The boy said, we play cat. I lick the milk out the bowl. Nigga, what is wrong with you?
He's wild. He also,
who, Brandon?
Brandon Marshall was saying like he was like, I'm hella disappointed in Ryan Clark because he said that he had like a relationship with Ryan Clark
and
before.
Ryan Clark had said that too. I've heard him. He's like, I knew
taking them on was gonna create this divide between him and Brandon, but he said that he tried to contact Brandon Marshall. And Brandon Marshall was like, I can't really talk right now. Like, I'm trying to process what's happening. Brandon Marshall is 100% emotional.
Diva, right.
And then he said, well, the reason that I like followed up is because Ryan Clark was going to train like DBs at his I Am Athlete like 3 weeks from when they announced that they're going on their own. Right. And he's like, hey, I need to know if like, we're good or not, or do I need to find a replacement because you feel salty, or whatever. However you're feeling, I want to respect that. He showed up there to like do the training, so he was saying there's no communication before that timepiece to let him know that he can't do the training or need not to. But when he got onto the compound, he said that Brandon Marshall had sent one of his like people down to let him know that like,
you're not welcome.
He don't need to do the training and stuff like that. Just like little pieces like that where he's distancing himself.
Right,
yeah.
Right. It said, if I'm your friend, nigga, and I'm reaching out to you.
As hard as the conversation is,
it has to be had. Right. Like if you're really my friend, nigga, it has to be had.
Yeah. Brandon Marshall also was like, at this point, he says he's like 12 million in on it. And from my
He's doing good for himself. He's one of the top sports podcasts, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
doing
the
very
paper
well.
route and stuff. Oh, and so they've taken down like season 1, season 2
with them, with
all of them. I guess there was this other girl. I don't girl.
There was this nigga hungry. There's this other girl
that was doing like the production work. Mm-hmm. And so she wanted money too. She wanted like 10% in perpetuity and like I think like $1 million for the episodes that she already did. But he was like, hell no, I'm not doing that, you know? And so she was flagging his channel. So like all those episodes that we saw on YouTube and stuff, they've pulled it down. Because you can't get paid if somebody's disputing your videos.
Right. You ain't about to use my work.
Yeah. So he's going to go to court eventually. And he says he's going to fight them one at a time. He just said, I don't have the time to do it right now. So I pulled all that stuff down and now I'm just doing like paper route still on the IM platform. But those episodes just are like archived and, you know, cause
I have to wait to be re-released.
Cause
you know, when he does it, if he gets the go ahead to re-release them,
yeah,
it's gonna hit a wave.
I think it'll hit a wave, but like you had Dwayne Wade interview when Dwayne Wade hadn't done many like real interviews. Like you had the Shaq when people haven't done real interviews, but now there's so many episodes where people are sitting one-on-one
doing interviews with everybody,
with these people, to where I think they kind of will lose their value just a little bit, even though those are like iconic because the way that the synergy of those three people were like Fred, Channing, Ocho, and they hit like a peak. I think he should get it done sooner than later.
Yeah. Don't sit on it.
Yeah.
No homo.
He goes, hey, I spent $50,000 and bought camera equipment to do the podcast, and I was sitting there like, yeah, me too.
Said that's all?
Yeah, that's it.
50
G's. It's
stupid as fuck. Yeah, I was shook when they went separate ways because I fucked with that show. Just like
you turned me on to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and now it's like low key hard to watch. Either of, like, I enjoy both the podcasts, but it's like I feel like I'm picking sides watching them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just a fan like that. You know, it's like, oh, that's my shit.
Yeah.
But it's like, nigga, if that's my shit and that's my shit and y'all niggas don't like each other, specifically, you used to work together, it's like, damn, nigga.
Yeah.
I don't like none of y'all.
I don't feel like I understand what happened to Ocho.
I think he's literally in the middle and doesn't give a fuck.
But like he needs to be on something consistent. He has late night with Channing. Or yeah.
Channing Crowder.
No, he had what's the not Shannon Sharp? Is it Shannon Sharp?
Oh, Shannon. Yeah. Shannon Sharp. Yeah.
He has late night nightcap with Shay Shay.
Yeah.
But like I thought originally that Ocho went with
that nigga has commitment issues. I'm sorry.
With Brandon Marshall. But then when he was only there for like a couple episodes. He did a pivot episode.
So I just think he just sticks and moves. Like he's like, I'm not getting in it. Like I fuck with both of you guys. Like I legit think that's how he is. Like you're not about to. This business isn't about to change me. Like,
yeah.
Legitimately, I think he's just like, I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm on my way to McDonald's.
Pac-Man Jones, I felt was a good replacement, but where is he at? I want to hear. Did something go wrong with Brandon and Pac-Man Jones, or did Pac-Man Jones
still on I Am Athlete?
I haven't seen it. Like literally, I follow the show on audio, and the paper route is their daily show that they do that has like Ashley Moss.
When shit like that happens, and it's like somebody can't keep the same circle around them, or keep like you start to think like, well, nigga, what's wrong with?
Yeah.
Like, is he fishy? You know what I'm saying? Is the nigga kind of doing like, because it's not like 10 millionaires all just stop fucking with him.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I had to pay for this nigga shit.
I've always picked up from him just the way that he's moved on the show and the way his emotions and stuff go, that he's real all over the place.
Yeah, and I thought he had, when he was with the Bears, he came out, or Denver or something, he came out and said he had fucking personality disorder.
Yeah.
It's not like that shit just goes away. You work on it to, be better. So Nigga might just be a weirdo.
He puts it out on the forefront like that he's always working for it, but like at some point, if it's your moodiness and all this stuff and it's still affecting you at 40 years old, 45 years old, like
figure it out.
Nigga, like, I mean, how much empathy can one person have for so
a
long?
45-year-old, right.
Yeah. Like you've said that you've acknowledged it and that you're doing this and it's
whatever you're doing isn't working. Clearly,
it's
nigga.
not working.
Try something else.
It looks like it's surface level. The one thing to speak on, the Pac-Man and Shady.
Mm-hmm.
I think Shady signed a deal with like Fox or something.
Yep. He's the new analyst over there.
So maybe that's why he had to go. But Pac-Man Jones, I could see, potentially because I think he was building like a cannabis brand too at the time.
Sure.
So maybe that got too busy for him.
Yep.
Because I felt when he was talking to Pac-Man or talking to Beast Mode, when it was Marshawn Lynch, Pac-Man Jones, Brandon Marshall in that hotel in Vegas, I thought 100% Pac-Man Jones and Marshawn Lynch were like brothers from another. But you know what I mean? Like they're locking in, talking about stuff that they
Brandon
both 100%
Mark
understand.
Had no idea what the fuck they were saying.
Yeah.
Said, nigga, you are not really from that.
Yeah.
You are not. You went to motherfucking, Georgia Tech?
Yeah.
Where Marshall went?
No, he went to UCF.
UCF, that's right.
Yeah.
Same colors-ish.
Yeah.
Gold and white. Fucking. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be like judgmental and be like, oh yeah, Brandon Marshall's just a fucking weirdo. And
yeah.
But, like maybe the things you just said are the reasoning, but when you don't know, like we've been saying,
yeah,
when you don't know the 100% story, it's like, well, 3 niggas already don't fuck with you because business shit, and then now we don't, where's so-and-so, and where's so-and-so, and where's so-and-so, and it's like, well, damn, why is everybody disappearing?
On that Funky Friday episode, Brandon Marshall's telling Cam, like, his side of the story, and Cam's just like, nigga, I think there's too much feelings in here. Like, just kept saying, like
looking at him like, okay, get to your point.
Yeah, like, I get your point when you look at it, like, 100% numbers and all this stuff, but, like, at the end of the day, like, are you keeping it real?
Are they your friends or not?
Yeah, like, are these your guys? You guys created magic. He's, Cam's like, I'm doing this because of what you guys did. Like, you guys had the formula, the recipe, and then when Brandon was trying to kind of like talk down on the pivot, Cam's like, no, dog, the pivot is like the premiere of the 2 shows that split.
Brandon Marshall, you mean?
Or no,
was talking down on it. Or
oh yeah, like Brandon Marshall's trying to say like pivot like little show, trying to like take little jabs and stuff, and he's like, Cam's like, no, that is the Starship show now. Like the way that Ryan Clark has them like professionally running and stuff.
Modeled after the pivot. It was modeled after
I Am Athlete.
Right.
But since they've left I Am Athlete,
Pivot is it.
No, I Am Athlete, like their production is like all squirky
and
like
Pivot is it now.
Yes, like they are clean, running it smooth. And because we do the podcasting, so like when there's like audio fumbles, or if you go, hey Jay, put on the clip, and I fumbled the clip or something.
Give us a second.
Yeah, give us a second. Like that's the shit for somebody that's only spent $2,000 on all their stuff max. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not somebody that's spent 12 million
people
deep.
running shit.
Yeah, like 12 million deep, and you sometimes have audio issues like our little podcast here, like.
Right.
Big ass podcast here, you know what I'm saying?
I was going to say little where, nigga.
Got the soul of a 6'4", nigga.
Talking that shit, man.
But,
yeah, I don't think they'll ever be back on a podcast together, but
no.
Wishful thinking, my nigga.
Yeah.
Cousin, we didn't even say a number for episode 50 earlier. You got a player?
Is it Dick Butkus, right?
Okay.
Was he? No, Mike Singletary. Mike Singleton is 50.
Singletary.
Yeah, Singletary. Yeah. Butkus is 55.
Maybe.
I feel like they're 50 or maybe 50. We're going to get killed. But anyway, Dick Butkus passed away just recently too, so R.I.P.
R.I.P. Dick.
Do you got any 50s?
There's one for the Raiders. I can't think of his name. I want to say like Starts with the B.
Starts with a B. Bolden?
No, it's like. And now I gotta look it up.
Sean Lee was 50 for the Cowboys.
Let me see. Let me fucking see. Sean fucking Lee. Sean Injury Lee?
Yeah. It's okay.
Fucking Sean Injury
He gave it everything he had. Every time. Every time. Car
He
crash
said
after
every
car.
7 plays. He gave it everything he wanted.
He's a Van Der Esch 2. Oh, he was Van Der Esch 1.0. Van Der Esch.
I was going to say Van Der Esch is his replacement and is basically him.
Yeah. He get a stinger every week.
Dude, I'm sick.
Yeah, they're not gonna pop up Raiders linebacker 50.
Well, it keeps showing me the fucking players for
the current roster
yeah.
now.
I'm like, nigga, I don't want to see that shit. Anyways, I'm gonna have it next week.
Yeah,
I got you.
We'll be on 51 next week.
Episode 50, been a real one. Little sports, little shit, RPs.
Yeah,
I feel like a couple niggas been dying lately. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But I'm your host, Shame. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, like, subscribe, comment. However you want to do it, just do it.
Flip it in reverse.
And
And I'm J. White, the Fi Guy.
You got anything nice to say?
Shoo.
Finance tips?
Yeah, so on the S&P 500, the week prior, I think it fell, well, like the last month, say it fell like 5%.
Mm-hmm.
And then last week, in like a 2-3 day stretch, it went back up 4% in like 3 days. So when people think that, hey, I want to time the market, where when it's going down, you're like, oh, I'll sell and then I'll know when to get back in.
You can't.
And if you miss these days where the market goes up 5% one day or 4% in 2 days,
you're missing, huh?
Yeah, because then you buy back in when it's up 5% and then it pulls back and then now you're sick and then you do it all again as
You're
opposed to you just put your money in S&P 500 low cost index fund and you played the long game, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, and it's going to do its thing.
He said, just forget about it.
Just forget about it.
He said, it's like, you guys remember when, what's it called? The fucking I almost said pot roast. The shit you cook pot roast in.
Instapot. No.
Before that.
Crock pot.
Thank you, my nigga.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Pressure cooker.
Said, you just throw it in there, leave it alone.
Set it and forget
it. Yeah. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you tune in again, and we will see you next week for episode 51. We out.